Hey guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Direct Gorilla Grodd Mega Figure from the new Flash Page Punchers wave. This guy looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get into his review, so let's go ahead and take a look at his packaging. Alright, so for Gorilla Grodd's packaging, as you can see up in the top right here, we got the DC Direct and McFarlane Toys logos. And then on the bottom here, you got his name. Honestly, this is some really cool packaging. You got this kind of like white and red look to it, and we've never seen this before. We've never seen a Page Puncher Mega figure, but honestly, this actually looks really sick. And then on the back, you can see right here, it shows us the comic that we're getting, because yes, every Page Punchers comes with an exclusive comic book. For this wave, everyone's gonna have this exact same one, I think, unless there's like a variant, then it's just gonna be a variant cover. But other than that, the comic book is exactly the same, if I'm not mistaken. And on the side, you can see right here, it says Gorilla Grodd, and the Flash comic is what he is from. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open up this figure. Alright, so I have this figure out of his packaging, and I have to say, this guy absolutely looks amazing. This figure has definitely, I don't want to say surprised me. I was expecting this figure to be really good, but honestly, it just straight up delivered, and then maybe a little bit more. This figure looks so freaking awesome, and the level of like detail and stuff on him is crazy. We'll get into that with the details and the sculpting. But this figure overall is just absolutely awesome. They definitely killed it with this Gorilla Grodd figure. And overall, I'm really enjoying Page Punchers, and especially just how Page Punchers comes together, like how they display everything, you know, with the comic book. I think it looks really cool. I think the packaging looks cool. Like, just everything about the Page Punchers series so far has definitely gotten me intrigued. Alright, so to kick us off with Gorilla Grodd's accessories, of course, he comes with the McFarlane Toys figure stand right here. This is comically small compared to Grodd. Like, it is really tiny. I don't know how you would use this on him. It's probably better just to like stand him up, but I mean, hey, it's an extra stand for one of your other figures. And then of course, he comes with a trading card right here. This has the artwork on the comic book, of course, Gorilla Grodd, and then you can pause to read his bio right there. This is pretty cool. I like this art a lot, honestly. And then of course, the main attraction for accessories, he comes with the Flash comic book. Here's the cover. I have to say, whoever did the art on this, it's really good. Here's of course all the creators right there that worked on it. On the back, you just get DC. And honestly, this is another well-written comic book. Like, the last one surprised me. It was actually pretty good. And this one, honestly, is probably even better. Just to give you a rundown of the story, basically, I think what's happening is it's at, one of the prisons that the rogues are at, and Gorilla Grodd basically starts mind-controlling some of the inmates to do whatever he wants. And so Flash and the Atom need to come and stop him. So, pretty interesting. Grodd's like the main villain, but overall, this comic book is great. Alright, so let's get into some of Gorilla Grodd's details and sculpting. Honestly, the sculpting on this guy is actually crazy, dude. Like, you can see all the fur here. It looks so great. The head sculpt is actually really good. Of course, it's a little bit more cartoony, like Page Punchers, but I like it a lot. I think it's pretty awesome. The stomach right here is sculpted really well, and so are the legs, and of course his feet are gonna kind of look like his hands, because he is a gorilla after all. On the back here, just more of that. So the cool thing about this, though, if you haven't noticed already, is that there's like a blue airbrush on this, and that is just some crazy level of detail that makes him look so good. Like, it gives this figure highlights to an already pretty dark gray color, and that's just super awesome. And then another thing that's pretty sick is all this orange and gold is actually made in kind of like a rubbery plastic. Like, see how this can bend? And it's not like, oh, bend like I'm breaking the figure. Like, it's pretty flexible, which is nice. Like, this cape can move around a lot. So this, you got the shoulder pieces can kind of flap up there. They are connected to the cape though, which looks pretty sick. And then of course he's got this around the waist right there, and then the shoulder piece right here, and of course the helmet up top. Overall, the sculpting and detail on this guy is impeccable, and it is really, really good. So let's take a look at Gorilla Grodd's articulation. Of course, his head can move up and down, side to side, all around, that kind of stuff. Arms move out. They got a butterfly joint there, and then, move all the way around. He does have elbow articulation right here, so you can move that. hands move in and out for this one, and then for this one, they also move in and out. The torso piece right here cannot move. This part cannot, but it is connected at the stomach here, so you can get a little bit of articulation. Legs kick out and back. Articulated knees right here, and then the feet can move up and down. Here is the Page Punchers Gorilla Grodd up next to the Injustice 2 Gorilla Grodd for some size comparisons. Obviously, this guy is way taller and it's definitely a different art style. Here is Gorilla Grodd up next to John Constantine and the Batman line art variant from the first Page Punchers wave. And finally, just to compare your flashes, here he is up next to Barry Allen and Wally West. So overall, I am a huge fan of this Page Punchers Gorilla Grodd action figure. Honestly, I think this one definitely beats out the Injustice 2 Gorilla Grodd. It is such a great figure. Honestly, the accessories for this guy are really good. I love the comic. Reading it was pretty good, even though I only got to skim through it a little bit. For him, the sculpting and detail is actually crazy. It is really, really good. He also has some great articulation. You can actually move him around a lot despite him being a pretty big figure. And then, of course, his size comparisons are awesome. He just looks like a hulking monster up next to any superheroes that he may face. Honestly, this is a really good figure. So I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, leave a like. And of course, if you haven't already and you want to see more of this, subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.